Hi, folks. This is Sam Aranto, and I want to talk to you about memory loss, Alzheimer's disease, dementia. It's a problem. I understand. I watched this morning, there was a whole news broadcast about it. It was like 140,000 people in Arizona alone that don't know their own children. They don't know how much money they got in the bank. They don't know what's going on. And what does it cause from? Is it from what we eat? Is it caused from the pollution in the air? Is it caused from the material they're putting in new houses and buildings? How come the dementia is on the rise like it is? Well, folks, I have some good news for you. This is an article about how meditation improves your memory. It expands the size of your brain. This is an article that gives you scientific proof that you can actually expand the size of your brain. There's been some write-ups in Life magazine, how you can improve your memory, ward off Alzheimer's disease. There's an article about the healing revolution. Sam Benjamin, a doctor that worked for me doing physicals, ended up doing similar to I do, and they put him in the cover of Life magazine. Folks, your mind's the most precious thing you have. What are you working for? What are you saving money for? What are you trying to do? And if you don't know how much money you got, and you don't know your own children after, or you don't know where you're at and you get lost, it's about time you do something about it. Charleston Heston, one of the greatest actors that ever lived, I met in Hollywood. And I said to him, I says, Charles, how come you're not doing movies? He did Moses, he did all kinds of different movies, great movies. He says, I have dementia, I can't remember my lines. I shipped them some cassette tapes at the time. This was years ago. He called me on the phone one day. Imagine getting a call from Charleston Heston. He said, call me Chuck. I had to call him Chuck. He says, I don't know what you got in your voice, but I just signed a contract to do the Bible in Jerusalem. I got a couple letters from him, folks. I got photographs with him. I don't know where they are. I'm doing this video live here, and I want to be able to let you know that there is hope for Alzheimer's disease. Now, how does it work? Well, if your muscle in your arm, if you don't work it, the muscle disappears. If you don't work your mind, your memory disappears and your brain shrinks. Charleston Heston, one of the greatest actors, Rita Hayworth, Charles Bronson, great actors, great minds, great memories. They lost it as they got older. They stopped getting parts. They stopped using their mind. They stopped getting the jobs. You got to keep your mind going. And I'll tell you, when you listen to Sam Aranto, it's like pumping barbells with words, because you never know what I'm going to tell you. I've got 2,000 different sessions that I've made. In fact, I've got boxes I'm making out of my cassette tapes. I got 40,000 cassette tapes in a warehouse. I kept having them made. I didn't realize times were changing and people went to CDs. Now I have them in CDs. If you know anybody that can use these, make boxes or dog houses out of them or whatever. But use your mind, folks. You put these little headsets on and you listen to these sessions and you listen to the flubs and dubs I make. I don't give you a grammar class. I give you reality. I give you the facts of life. You know what I'm talking about. I don't give you a bunch of fancy bullshit words that you, excuse the English. You understand that word. But folks, dementia is a serious problem. We got friends right now that the state took over, took their houses, sold their houses. The lawyers, just for making a phone call, got $1,000 a phone call, and actually took away all the wealth that they had. They ended up homeless, all because they didn't have their mind put together. Folks, you think my mind's put together? I was born November 3rd, 1931, when the Model A Ford came out. And you know why my mind's so active? Because I'm using it. I didn't retire. I could have retired at 65. I'm still using it in my 80s, and if you use it, you'll keep using it. If you stop using it, you lose it. Hey, go to my website, sammaranto.com. You have to spell it with an Meranto. A lot of people spell it wrong. Meranto.com. You can fill out in the questionnaire. You can get sessions shipped to you. You can order them no matter where you live, in China, Ethiopia. I don't care where you live. You can get help. No excuse that you can't get help. You can't exercise that mind. Get that brain moving. I love this job. I love you. I want to help you. And I want to mention this. I've been in this office 41 years. About 1,000 people a year came here. They didn't all sign up, but they came to find out what I'm doing. That's over 40,000 people. I've had 2 or 3